All right, well, let's branch off into our third topic of the day. A lot of drama going on. A lot of drama
Yeah,
going on. We got a new team in Italy taking over the league. We
yeah,
got people don't know how to count wins and losses in Spain. And now there's some drama in Switzerland. Obviously, the country I played in for 3 seasons, the team I follow in the European League of Football. Um, so there's some drama, and I kind of want to get your thoughts. But the Helvetic Guards, per league sources last week, basically announced they're going through I'm not gonna say a rebuild, but basically whatever you could consider a rebuild from the organization
yeah.
purposes. So when I
They're
first
doing
saw
a
this,
redo of the whole
yeah,
organization.
yeah, a redo. So basically, when I saw this, my instant reaction was, okay, why wouldn't they announce this earlier in the all season, right? Why wait till now, a month before season kicks off, to announce this type of news? And did the players know? So, from the people I talked to, this was something that was already in the works, something that was needed to be done.
Yeah,
Players did know ahead of time, which makes me feel a little bit better about it. But it's still, it makes me think and question like the league. And obviously, when you're thinking about new leagues and everything that's going on, with the creation of a new league. Obviously, things like this are going to happen, but you're just
yeah,
coming off a situation with the Istanbul Rams had to drop out. You're coming off a situation where the likes of Kings couldn't finish the season. You would think the league, granted, they can't control every aspect of an organization, but you would think the
of course.
league would kind of have their hands around this. So let me get your thoughts on it. When you saw this news, what were your thoughts about the situation?
Um, I'm kind of surprised at first because I don't know. They felt like a solid team last year. I know it was the first year for them, so it's always tough stuff to figure out and stuff. Not everybody has an organization like the Vienna Vikings, but it felt like a solid team. And then this news kind of came out of nowhere for me. I didn't expect it at all. And now I'm like, first of all, does this affect Massio Bird's decision to go to Paris? That's one question that I thought because Massio just won the Defensive Player of the Year last year. If I'm him, I'm like, I'm looking for a team that's got a chance. And if we're doing a redo of the whole organization, I'm not sure we're going to have a chance. And then another thing, as you said, we got to think about the Rams and Leipzig. Also, the Lions, they had lost some games last year because they couldn't pay players, or I don't remember very well what happened, but they had some organization issues as well. I don't know. The league needs to figure something out. There's credibility and also to keep growing instead of, yes, we're expanding a little bit here, but we're losing a little bit there, so we're always staying at the same size type thing.
Um, Yeah, obviously, with everything going on with the guards and everything, and obviously stuff that's happened in the past, you definitely want to try to at least keep things buttoned up in that perspective. And to be
Yeah.
honest, I think this year for the ELF is an important year. Obviously, year one, tryout year. Year two, you were able to grow and bounce off year two. Year three, I think they took a little bit of a step back in that capacity. Um, but this is the year I think is going to, I'm not going to say make or break, but definitely needs to be a little bit more tightened up league wise. Because, you know, it's hard for me to think that the guards are the only organization that may have had some type of difficulties. Obviously, those teams at the top, are doing pretty well. But how are teams at the bottom? You're seeing a lot of
Yeah.
ownership changes. We saw what happened with Prague. Um, but what are your thoughts on year four, the ELF having to be the most important year, thus far in the league?
I think year four needs to be everything that year three wasn't. So year
Post,
three, as you say, they kind of took a step back. The Kings, we know what happened halfway through the season with them. The Lions, as we said, had missed a few games because they couldn't pay players or whatever, but they did miss a few games because they couldn't field a team. In my opinion, you need to show that this is working and it can continue to grow.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I don't know. It needs to be for sure a year of showing improvement.
Absolutely. And I think they've done a good job at, like, obviously, the marketing aspect of it and promoting the game and getting sponsors. Obviously, you see someone like KFC, right? That's not something to to push about, but you see those types of sponsors getting more involved. So they're definitely doing it from, like, the visual perspective, showing that, this could be a good league. But, at the end of the day, what's really going on at home? What's really going on inside that house? And so I think, as you were saying, this has to be the year 3 wasn't in the ELF. And from what I'm hearing, everything's in a much better shape when it comes to the guards. But again, we'll see. We're almost a month out from at least week 1 now. Players are starting to report. So we'll see, man. Oh, you get my text?
Yeah, I saw. Did you gotta go?
Yeah, probably after the segment.
Okay.
So I'll wrap it up now. I'll do all the editing and I'll get it back to you today. And then, maybe this weekend we'll do trivia, or we can record another one.
Right.
It'll be a little, but we'll have more time that way.
Okay.
Cool. Well, that's it. That's what we have for today on the first episode of the First Down Podcast. Again, there'll be a lot of moving parts, and we'll get this thing going along the way. But again, it was good to kind of touch base and see where everything was in that capacity. So, how do you think the first day went, David D?
It was a lot of fun. A lot more to talk about in next episodes. A lot more to follow up on, as we talked about today. The IFL, whatever the Spanish situation is going to be moving forward the next few weeks. I don't know. And also, as you said, we're getting close to the ELF. So we're very excited about that. Germany is also about to start. AFL just started. A lot to talk about.
We're gonna get these picks going. Last year, you beat me in the picks for the ELF. Hence, you got some nice swag because of it. Shout out to the K Noah.
Sir. Representing.
There we go. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment. Shout out to our partners over at Improved Athletes, who we partner up with First Down Magazine. Again, first of many. All right, and we're just gonna keep getting better going forward. So thank you all for tuning in, and take care.
Take care.